Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. I am going to try to marinate some tofu bacon before I go ahead and head out to run a few errands. And I just want to get this done so that I am not irritated that it's just sitting in the fridge. So, we're gonna do this. I know if you've seen my previous video, you saw the entire video where I actually did marinate tofu bacon and showed you like the gist of making it and shared the recipe. So I definitely recommend checking that video out. I got my morning hair and everything right now. I am going to do this, and I actually want to dry some stuff. I got my dehydrator from my mom that had been still at her house for how long, and so I am finally going to do that. For the marinade, you just do a half cup of the soy sauce. I've been using up my coconut aminos. I also brought more of the coconut aminos. I just find that I like it better and I think it's easier. So we're going to do that. I also have a lot of like cleaning stuff I want to get done around the house. So I've been trying to like each day try to get some of that done just so that I like do not fall behind. I just feel like lately I have not been on top of it. And I can admit to that. We also need a new vacuum cleaner, I think, even though I think that it does not want to work at all. And like, you'll vacuum and then like, it'll still come out at the bottom, which is like the weirdest thing ever. So, and I have really taken to this. I actually really like this particular recipe. I, for some reason, really like it. And so I have decided to make it again. I also think it lasted a long time, which is kind of why I like it, because I feel like it just is nice to have something you can make that lasted a lot longer. And I continue to have tomatoes, and it's nice to have a recipe you can make that actually seems to last a while. And so I will probably let this marinate for like a good, like, either for the entire day or either just while I'm gone and then cook it. I might even just cook it when I get back just so that it, like, I don't have to worry about it. I also like that the recipe is like super simple. So I've been having to make lists. I don't know about you, but I am much better. I've been finding that I am much better at like making lists of things that need to get done or things that I just want to do for myself. I personally find that it helps me to write things down so that then I like don't forget that I want to get them done at some point, because I struggle with that a lot. To just like, because even like I'll get comments about something that needs to get done or whatever, and then I will just totally forget if I do not write it down sometimes. So that is one of those other things. Since I only need so little of the tomato paste, I am going to freeze the rest of it. Well, actually, I think I have a recipe I plan to make with it later in the week, so I might just keep it in the freezer for now. But I do like to save it and put it in I do like to freeze it like as well, because it does do well with that as well. And last time I did cut them in like this type of like, in more like bacon slices, but I'm going to try doing the half 1/2 slices this time, and we'll see how that goes. after this, I will probably have to get dressed and actually no, I'm gonna have breakfast first because I have some. Actually, I made tofu scramble because I had a lot of vegetables that needed to get used up, and so we'll probably do that. And I just really wanted to make sure that I went ahead and used up what I'm just trying to make sure I actually remember to use up things that I wanted to make. I like have been on a BLT thing, so we're just gonna make sure to do that. I will say I probably should have mixed it, but you know, I'm not thinking. Sometimes you just don't think about it and you're just like, whatever. It's okay. The other thing I like to do is just take my container and just do the. Because that helped a little bit to get it all like soaked in. And then I just put it in the fridge for, you know, a couple of hours. Or I'll even, you know, you can do it overnight and then just cook it the next day if you want to. I love that. It's just such a simple recipe, I feel like. And I also feel like doing the tofu is actually healthier. Woo! Need to close the top a little bit more because apparently it was not closed all the way. Woo! Alright. You might want to like put a towel underneath just so that to make sure it doesn't make it too messy in the fridge, and I'm gonna put it in the fridge. I am back. Before I clean up and get ready for the day, I got for my birthday a sourdough kit, and I also got a Dutch oven, which I was probably a little more excited about than expected, but it came with this beautiful jar for making sourdough. So we are gonna make some new sourdough starter. So first we've got a teaspoon of the wholemeal flour, and this is the recipe that I've been following. If you look up Emmy Lucas, she is the person that I have been following for her sourdough starter. And then I've been kind of like trying different sourdough recipes when it comes to actually producing the bread. But I'm really excited about the Dutch oven because I think it'll help a lot in the long run, because I've been kind of just playing around with whatever I've got, and it really, sometimes I've been able to make 2 successful loaves, and then the other ones have been a total fail. So now we're gonna do unbleached all-purpose flour. This is the Keen's one. I honestly have come to really like this brand. I even have the gluten-free one for when I do gluten-free. I have not been able to make a successful gluten-free sourdough, but I have been able to make successful gluten-free like discard recipes. So we're getting there. We're still learning. Now we're doing 1 teaspoon of that. And then now we're going to do the water. You want the water to be like warm but not like hot. It likes to take a while. I sometimes will just turn the water on and then just like let it go for a while. I don't know why. Probably because it's town water and it just does that. It's not like, you know, not like living in, you know, some places. But I don't know. You tell me in the bottom if, you know, your water is really fast or if it's really slow. Alright, so for the first day, this is all we're going to do. We are going to mix it, but yeah, it's like the first day, you keep it pretty simple, And you do not use the wholemeal anymore. After that, you use the, you just use the all-purpose after that. I do have some bread flour. I have not tried it yet though. I have just been really wanting to try focusing on using my all-purpose flour. And I even use that for when I actually, I even use that for when I do other recipes. So this is probably the one thing I'm not sure yet what I want to do with. I don't know. We'll keep it just like, I'm still working on organizing where I want to put everything. I am putting this little buddy on top so it has some air, but it's not like, because I have noticed that when I put the tops on completely, it takes like weeks, which is normal because starters are not gonna they're not gonna be super fast. But I have seen and like things I find that they are a lot, like different groups I'm a part of that like some it goes a lot faster. It just really depends on your practice as well. I I am definitely faster, so it doesn't take me as long. Like, wait, I said that wrong. I am still learning, so it takes me a while sometimes. But even my boyfriend admits that I seem to just be obsessed, and I love it. So I want to master it. I want to figure it out, especially because I am not that girl who is like, oh, I'm not going to eat bread. I like my bread. I want to eat it. And so we're going to use it. I like my bread with soup. I like my grilled cheese. I do not care. I will eat the BLT as long as it's all vegan. I won't eat it. So, plus, you're saving money, right? So, I will see you guys in a little bit for making the tofu bacon, as well as I want to try dehydrating some stuff today because that really needs to get done. And I also still need to make some stuff for dinner. Last night it was a lot easier to just kind of like I ate my leftover pizza, so that was a lot easier. Today I just really need to like actually get some stuff done. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I almost forgot to film this, so I am going to try drying these peppers in like an actual like food dehydrator. This is what I have. Honestly, I think at some point I would love to get one that is less bulky. But it does like you can put a lot in it and at a time, which is part of the nice thing, which is a smaller dehydrator would definitely not work for that. I'm gonna try to dehydrate the peppers that are still good and kind of like last time, but I'm gonna also try dehydrating these tomato skins to make. I think tonight maybe we will try. I would love to try my tomato. I have not tried the pepper from previous, but honestly, I am probably gonna just have the leftover pizza tonight. I was gonna have it for lunch, and then I got home and I knew I still needed. I'm actually dog sitting right now, and I knew I needed to take the dog for a walk, and so I just really wanted to go ahead and also do that, make sure I didn't forget about it. So I kind of just forgot and decided to just forget about. Like, I still ate. I used up the fig jam that I have, and which I feel like I've had for like at least a few weeks now. But I definitely made sure to just try to. I decided that, you know what, we'll just use that tonight. And then I'm gonna work on making the tofu as well. I did go for a walk, and I should have walked in my exercise clothes, instead of walking in jeans. Because that got kind of hot. But this was his first walk for the day, so the dog was very eager to get out. But I had some things I needed to go get done first, so some of these peppers you can tell are already like going bad. I just had not been able to get this done. So I'm trying to like just throw the ones out that are no longer good. The tomato skins should be fine. We are gonna put them on a different rack. That's like the cool thing too, is like you can do different racks and everything like that. I am going to this time, I realized that I forgot that I have this, and so we are going to try using it. So that is cool. I forgot all about it. And then it wasn't until it was like I already had done the job and everything that I was like, oh yeah, I could have used that. I definitely did have some stuff I could cook for dinner tonight, but I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. I really need to finish the book I'm reading. I want to anyways. My friend who's in the book club that I'm in, she's already finished it. And she, like, I've been reading it for almost a month, and she, like, I don't even know how it's taken me so long. I will say it is a little bit of one of those, like, gory books. It's not as, like, this is probably, like, one of the worst, like, worse in the sense of, like, gory books that I've read. So I was kind of, like, not prepared for how intense it was going to be. I still had a couple more peppers, so I went to go grab those. I honestly, they keep reproducing like crazy, and so I'm gonna see how this does with the actual like dehydrator. According to the instructions for like chili pepper, you want to do 5 to 12 hours if you want to do it for like powder for seasoning. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will say the tomatoes I'm probably gonna have to check on because I'm not sure that it's gonna take as long. But the tomato skins have been cleaned off and everything, and they're definitely like kind of wet and everything. So I think that's gonna be the biggest thing, is making sure they can like dry. We're gonna try. We're gonna see how it goes. I've been cooking a lot more, and I totally just have completely forgotten, like, because I've been gardening so much and like seem to just have a lot of random stuff. I do want a can. Of course, I ordered like something to put in the bottom of my can so that I can hopefully like, you know, so that it would help a little bit. And I can also just pull the jars right out. But it's not even gonna get here until like September 8th. Like, come on. It just better work, because I'm not gonna be happy if like I order it, it doesn't get here, and then it's like boom, it's not even gonna be like the right one. Whew. I've definitely gotten really creative with the cooking, so feel like it anyways. I have a couple of other recipes I want to try, But honestly, with the way the week's been going, I'm not sure if when it's gonna happen. We will see. So I'm gonna set this at, it says to set it at, looking at the wrong side. It doesn't even, oh, you can set it, drying temperature should not exceed 90 Fahrenheit to 100 Fahrenheit. So I'm gonna set it at 90. I'd rather just do that, and then if I need to turn it off and then start it back up in the morning, I will just do that. I know that's probably not the best thing to do. Okay, so it even has something on here that says Herbs and Spices 95. So I'm gonna plug it in and do 95, and we will see how this goes. I do wish this thing was more where it seemed to stick together better, but oh well. But we will check back in a little while. I'm gonna it says it can take up to 5 hours, so honestly it's perfect timing that I'm even starting it now. So I'm gonna do that. Really wanted to get some stuff out. It's part of why I'm making the tofu as well, so that I can get that done so I can start eating some of my tomatoes. Been loving the BLTs. Good morning. It is now Thursday. It is the next day. I feel like every day that I've been filming, I just have messy hair. I got up, I made my tea, and I actually unplugged the dehydrator. I do not like how the tomato skin turned out, so I just threw them in the compost, and so we're just gonna do that. I just think it's easier. I don't know if it's this particular dehydrator, and that's why I don't like how they turned out, because I even tried blending them a little bit to see if that would work, but I just feel like it's just not gonna do the job that I was hoping. So I think we're just gonna stick with the peppers. I do like the way the peppers work. I am gonna have to try it on pizza. I meant to do that last night and I totally forgot, so that's okay. And then right now, since I unplugged it last night, we are actually back on dehydrating the peppers from my garden that were done. I just did not want to have it running all night and then burn them. It's still only at 95 degrees Fahrenheit, but that kind of works out because I don't plan to go anywhere really today, and I have a friend coming over and we are going to work on a puzzle together. So the puzzle that I feel like we've been trying to finish forever. Oh my god. But it's also a puzzle I really want to hang up, and I think that's part of the, reason why I was so I do not want to throw this puzzle away. I don't want to donate it. I was very much I want this puzzle to be the puzzle I, actually hang up. But, that's alright. I am excited about that. Maybe even she can help me do some cleaning. I don't know. More cleaning in the sense of I just really need to get some cleaning done in sense of the organizing. I actually think that when I go to the grocery store this coming week, I would love to get some rice noodles. I have a little bit, one little thing of rice noodles left, but I would love to get more. That would, because I find that I really am liking rice noodles for just, having a cold salad during the day. I didn't expect to like it so much, but I actually am really liking it. So we will see. That is kind of what the update is for right now. I do have a few things that I think I might want to cook. I actually do need to cook something for dinner tonight. I know that I gotta check and see if my portobello mushroom burgers can hold off. And if they're doing okay, then I might wait and just go ahead and cook the chicken that I wanted to cook, like the chickpea chicken. But if they're, if the portobello mushrooms really need to be cooked, then we're gonna cook those. So I think that's gonna be probably first things first. We will check that. Now I'm gonna drink my tea because always tea first before we get moving with the day. And plus, I've been going for 2 walks a day, 30 minutes. I like it, but it's still, by the end of the day, I'm sleeping like Bingo. I don't know if any of you guys watch Bluey or have heard of Bluey, but I feel like I sleep so much like Bingo, where I'm just so like, I am dead to the world. I am in another world. That probably sounds so weird, but especially if you don't know like that particular show. I know the moms out there will, because I feel like Bluey is very common for people who either have nieces and nephews, or either babysit, or either just in general have kids. I feel like Bluey is just one of those shows. Especially because it connects well with adults too. I love it. Anyway, I'm gonna drink my tea, and I will see you guys in a little bit. Notice, I charged it, but the battery is no longer on, so we might need to check that. I will see you guys in a little while. Bye! Good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. I made they're like chickpea cutlets. I was gonna try this mushroom recipe, and I still have the mushrooms to make, but I was gonna have avocado coleslaw with it, and the avocados are not ready yet, so I am gonna go ahead and just do the chickpea cutlets. I'm interested to try this recipe. I was very curious because I've never had tried making actual so it's supposed to be basically chicken cutlets, but chickpeas, and I had never tried it before. So I'm interested to see how it turns out. And it goes 400 degrees on Fahrenheit, and I am also, you make a mustard sauce to go on top, so that is really, I already cut up the onion for that, but it has quite a few other things you need to add to it as well. But the mustard sauce I'm going to wait and do when it's time, because I don't want it to be all icky, and then I have to reheat it. I am gonna cut up some potatoes. I'm gonna just have potatoes with it and cook those. So I am gonna cook the chicken cutlets first and then do the potatoes. So the potatoes we'll put in water, but these have to do 20 minutes, and then you flip them and then do 15 minutes. The chickpea cutlets are done. Honestly, they look pretty good. I am interested to see how they are, because that's the first time I've ever done something like this. I think the main thing is I'm interested to see if they're going to be on the more crispy side, or if they're going to be a little too soft, because they are chickpeas. So we'll see. I now need to do the potatoes, and the sauce I want to do last, because I want to do that more I already got a lot of stuff ready for it. I mostly just want to do that last because of the fact that I feel I would rather that be warm, and then the other stuff, the potatoes have to cook for a really long time too, and it's already 3:38, and I know that I would like to be able to, hopefully, I actually am dog sitting, and I know that at some point I would like to hopefully get it out for another walk, but if I don't, I don't. I'm not it's not the end of the world. I can still take him out for a short walk or something, or either just I actually need to still check my garden, so he can definitely come out with me when we do that. So I am gonna go ahead and I already have the oven preheated, and we are gonna do the potatoes. The recipe that I'm gonna try is you put like a dressing on it. So you cook the potatoes with like olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then you do like the salt, then you put the dressing on top of it, and it's just like garlic, Dijon mustard, and some like rosemary or thyme, which I actually think this is gonna like suit the chickpea cutlets well, considering what's in the chickpea cutlets. And then you just do red pepper flakes, sea salt, and ground pepper. A lot of like basic things. So let's get that done. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. It is now Friday, actually. It feels like time has been kind of like, I'll think it's one day and then it actually is another. I have my tea and I'm trying to like get myself to wake up. I feel so sleepy this morning, but I just did not sleep as great as I was hoping. I also went to bed at like 8:30 last night, but I was just so tired. I think just because I was standing up most of the day cooking as well as walking, I just think I just really wore myself down. So I wanted to give an update. I like had meant to film the like actual like what my meal looked like, but I wanted to go ahead and like just give you an update on what I thought. The chickpea cutlets, I thought they were good, but I did think that they could have been crispier. Like, I think that, if anything, would have been what I would have changed. So I think maybe I would give them another try, but just cook them for longer. And then, because they were still good, and the mustard sauce that goes on top of it was so good. Like, it was, you can use Dijon mustard, regular mustard, and I think you can use some other, like, like spicy mustard. It doesn't have to be Dijon mustard. I used Dijon mustard, and like that plus the red onion and the spices. Oh, it was so good. That was part of why I even sent it to. I actually like a lot of times I'll send my sister recipes when I like, I'm curious as to what she thinks, or either I think one of her friends who are vegan will like it because I'm just like, she may not like it, but I definitely could see why they might like it. The mustard sauce, I think I would definitely use in other recipes. So that is definitely probably the main thing that I was like, I like this. I would definitely use it again. I did not have a vegetable, so I did just use like potatoes on the side, which actually was good that I used them up because I've had them for at least a few weeks now, and I'm impressed that I always forget how potatoes can last a really long time compared to most vegetables and like starches. So I went ahead and juiced those, and the sauce that like it was like a kind of dressing that goes on top of it, and it was really good. So I would say overall it was successful. I am gonna have to probably put the avocados in the fridge so that they don't like, just to kind of make sure they last for a while, because the chickpea cutlets, I got like at least 5 or 6 out of those, and so I want to make sure to have enough for the weekend rather than maybe I don't have to even bother to buy anything for. Sometimes I buy something for Sunday night just because I just have no ideas for Sunday night dinner, and this weekend is definitely going to be that type of weekend where I have no idea what I'm going to be in for. I know like Sunday I have to do something for work, and I also have book club. I am already 82% through the book, and oh my gosh, it is like that book that keeps throwing me off. I keep having to text my boyfriend's older sister about it and be like, what? Like, what just happened? Like, because I am just totally thrown off by it all. Like, because you'll start off thinking this one person was the bad guy, and then, like, you realize that this was the bad person all along. Like, you kind of didn't like them, but it was like, it's just getting crazy. So, I'm already at 82%. I honestly would have read for longer, but I was just so tired last night. So I actually even went to bed earlier than normal. So I don't know. That's how it goes sometimes. So I am not sure what I'm gonna do today besides just like walking the dog and everything. I know that I kind of wanted to take it easy today until I have a friend who wants to hang out tonight. So I kind of want to, for the most part, just take it chill, like easy, to maybe finish my book. I actually, when I'm walking, I am reading Better Together, which is a book I have. But for some reason, I could not get into the book. And then I started reading for book club, and I got so focused on reading for book club. And the book that I was reading on the audio is much more like girly or whatever, whereas like I don't even know that you want to call it girly so much. It's just more like young adult. And then like the book I'm reading for book club is definitely more like thriller crime. So it was like I just could not I had to listen to one on audio and then do the other one I could focus on at night and focus on when I wanted to read. It was just easier that way. I don't know about you guys. Let me know if you guys are like that. But I just find that I am not like that. Like, I cannot, listen to... I can't do both books at a time. I can listen to another book because I find that if I'm outside walking or if I'm outside doing gardening or even, cutting grass, I do find that I want to listen to a book. So I find that that is a good way for me to kind of squeeze in another book. But in this book, I'm already I think I'm about almost 30% through it. And I can understand why the person who I heard about it from, I can understand, I wanted to read it because I like the idea of there's definitely that Parent Trap vibe going on, but I'm definitely not a huge fan of the book so far. I definitely feel like it's going to end up being unless the book gets better, I think it's going to end up being maybe 3 stars or so. But I just don't love one character. I get really frustrated with because she's very the character that I seem to really connect with more. She is always giving her a hard time for how she dressed, and I'm like, that's just not cool. I don't like that. But then also you got that other character who nonstop cuss, and it feels like I can definitely understand now why sometimes I watch Destiny. She has a book YouTube. I don't know if I will link her page in the video. She's actually about to have a child, I think. I will link her YouTube and if you guys want to check her out. I just when I first learned about it, I was like, oh, I want to check it out for myself, because sometimes I feel I would just kind of I want to see. And then I definitely have felt the same way, where I've just been I don't know, I can't parts of it I'm oh, I really like it, and then for the most part, no. I am gonna drink my tea and have breakfast, and I think this is where we're gonna end the video. So I will see you guys in a little while. Well, I will see you guys next time, and I hope you guys enjoyed this little fun video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!